AI is like playing a game with cheats. It doesn't take long before you feel bored or obsolete. So why play those games, the games of money, status and power? Why be an NPC if you can play the game of art and share it for like-minded people to see? Do you see the games you played were not your own, that others chose where you have grown? Don't wait for AI or robots to show you this was your way. You can find your passion's art today. AI can't recreate your heart's desire. Become that artist that never loses his fire. Don't wait for OpenAI or Elon Musk to make you see the game you always wanted to play, the one that sets you free. Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up. It's a quote from Pablo Picasso. And here are some other quotes. AI will force your neighbors to start a YouTube channel. Artificial intelligence will make your parents start creating content. And if you don't create your own art, then your life will become meaningless once the government introduces a universal basic income. Are these statements true? Is it wise for you to start to expose your true, vulnerable self to the world? Could it be true that we think our life calling is different from each other, but that in fact they all come from the same root, the roots of the same tree of art? The tree of writing, the tree of singing, filming, the art of creating something that you would do for free, the joy of playing, even though there will be AI or robots soon that you can use to cheat. Let's talk about this. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Jordan, 23 years old, started making videos on YouTube in 2012, did over $4 million in revenue, hired over 50 people, only to realize that these things don't matter. What does matter to me is finding the truth about the real problems and questions in my life. And I do this through my unique writing process and share them here with you. And I have a question for you. Do you remember that feeling you had when you were young? The feeling you felt when you were on the Nintendo, Game Boy, PlayStation, Xbox, and you turned on cheats. Exciting at the beginning, but quickly became extremely boring, right? You lost all interest and boredom kicked in. Could it be that the more AI develops, the more boredom in people, in you, increases? Could it be that the more AI advances, the more bored you will feel? After all, you may have much more quiet time without a job. You may experience more silence without a company to run. You may feel more empty with a universal basic income. What game would you be playing even if cheats were available? What game would you choose to play without cheats? Could it be that you would play the game that would make you understand more about your life? Could it be the game that is called Realize the Truth about your existence? And that to play this game, you don't walk around in a 3D map. Instead, you had to pick a medium before you start. Writing, singing, speaking, dancing, painting, drawing, sculpting, whatever. And that through this activity, you would start to understand more about your life. Heartfelt, pure realizations about your existence here on earth. That by playing the game more and more, you start to really discover yourself. That the more you play this game, that the deeper your understanding becomes of yourself. Could this be the game that you longed for your entire adulthood? Not the money game that now feels empty with a UBI. Not the status game that you already know you don't really want. Not even the relationship game, for you have realized and seen that nobody else but you can make you happy. And that even happiness is a lie. Could it be that you never feel hungry again after you tasted the sweetness of the game of truth? After you drank some of its purity? After you swallowed some of its life-changing insights? That you never look for chips again? That your whole desire for Netflix and chill will never come to arise again after you watch the first scene of the game of truth? Could this be true, my friend? That all your problems start to solve themselves on their own accord when you decide to play the game of truth? And that to play this game, you just have to pick one of the artist's tools. For writing your own hands, for singing your voice, for painting your fingers, and for acting your entire body, or even more so your emotions, your feelings, the thing that robots lack, the thing that makes you feel alive. So that when you use it, when you start playing with it, that you finally start living. But not living for something, not living for money, not living for respect, not living for fame, but living in it, every single frame. Not 60 frames per second, 1 frame per second, 1 frame at a time, and you feel it, completely immersed in this game of truth. May you pick up that controller, my friend. May you not wait for AI to show you that the current game you are playing is useless. Not because I say so. You can find it out today, that all the games you have been playing, the one that you currently play, are unimportant to you. Only after you see that the controller was shoved into your hands by other people, by your family, by your friends, by society, by school, by teacher, and that you hold on to it until now. That all these games you have been playing in life were chosen not by you, but by your friends, family, everyone else but you. You can see this today, the game you are playing as we speak, and decide whether you stay an NPC or finally start playing the game of truth. May you see it, my friend, may you see it. For when you do, AI will just be a detail, just an NPC in your game. It can't hurt you any longer, for you are playing a game that can't be played for you, where cheats don't matter. AI can't play this game of truth because it must realize by yourself. You are the only one who can play it. You don't have anything from AI. It's useless. I wouldn't say useless. AI could be a helpful thing in playing this game of truth, but it can never destroy this game because it is an internal one. It is not related to money, to status, to power, to external things, where AI will have a big influence. Truths about your own life can only be realized by you. There are no cheats in this game. You can't feel bored when you're immersed in this game, unless you are being played by your mind. But that's a topic I discussed in another video you can watch here. So why start a YouTube channel? I assume you have not yet removed the need for money in your life. I may be wrong, but if you're not yet financially free, whatever that means to you, then out of all the social media platforms, for the majority of people, YouTube will be the best one to earn. Why is this so? Because you can build trust the most, and people buy from people they know, like, or trust. And the value of a view is worth 2 times more on YouTube than on Instagram. It's not so about the number here, 2 times, 3 times, 1.5 times, but I want to describe it with an example so it's really clear to you. So let's say you post a 10-minute video on YouTube which gets 10,000 views and 30% of the people watch until the end. Then you have 30,000 minutes total watched by people. Now if you do the same thing on Instagram, but you post a 30-second reel and you get 10 times the views, 100,000 views, and the same percentage watch until the end, which is 30% in this example, which is quite realistic, but quite low depending on who you ask. So on Instagram you get 15,000 total minutes watched, which is half of what you will get on YouTube. And this is with 10 times as less views than on Instagram. This is why I think YouTube is the most powerful place to build relationships and therefore to earn more money, because trust is a very important thing, especially when you make transactions, especially when you give your money away for something in return. Trust is important. This is why YouTube is my main priority, specifically YouTube long form, but I think that was made clear already. There's more to it that I share in this video, but it's one of the key reasons why YouTube is my place and could be your place, where you share the truths that you find when playing the game of truth, because it allows you to play the game of truth, to understand more about your life, to solve your own problems, to answer your own questions, to explore what you want to explore, which to me is basically not wasting my time. And the only thing you have to do is to record your gameplay, to share the things you found. I mean, it's so obvious to me. I hope it is for you. If it's not, let me know why. I'm curious. The only thing you have to do is to record your gameplay. The words you read, the song you sang, the truth you found. May you start playing again, my friend. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me where to start. The one who wants to play, plays. The one who realizes my message will create his or her channel. In fact, the person already probably has created their channel while they were watching this video. And the one who didn't may already has found his or her game to play and may ask him or herself if this is really the game they want to play. I mean, I can't know from here. The only one who can find out is yourself. But the truth is that most people, the majority of people, I'm not saying you, the majority of people is being played by their mind, keeps listening to limiting belief and stays trapped until one day AI will make him see this cage that he has been living until then. May you start to see the cage today, so you can start playing the first level of the game of truth, where you escape this cage and never leave it, never leave the game of truth. Talk soon. If you want to know more about the mind, you can watch this video next, because I understand I'm being quite vague. If you're new to this video, you never watched me before, so you can watch this next. And if you have questions or you just like to talk, you can always send me an email or DM me on social. I won't ask for money, but I only respond to serious people. Talk soon.